So here is Ash, pre-chopped off hand, and aesthetically pleasing. Looking at the shelf, it looks pretty good. Some people have complained about the likeness. Some people think it looks like that guy from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Other people have said Bruce Wayne, and other people have said it looks like something else entirely. I think it's a good likeness of Bruce Campbell, especially when you look at it from different angles. Definitely has that Bruce Campbell look going for it. And of course, you want to be Bruce Campbell without that chin. Look at that. But looking at the head, there are some amazing details on this guy. The scarring looks fantastic. All of those different marks there look pretty good. The hair looks pretty good too, I gotta say. I like what they did with that. Now, as for the body, I do love all these straps, but I will point out you may want to be careful. You don't want them to snap or anything. But the shirt looks great. You got some nice blood on there and whatnot. And then, of course, you got this open section here. I got some tattering, teared looks. I don't know if that's standard with everyone's, but that is mine. Of course, we got the claw marks here on Ash's body. And then we got a bare arm here. And then we go to the pants. We got some blood that's dripped down. And then we got his boots, which look really good. And we got his belt here too. Bring that back in. And his boots look quite nice. And good old Ash here wearing some dirty socks. So all of that works out great. Let's just go ahead and break down articulation for you guys. So in terms of articulation, of course, the head is on a big peg there. It's all connected one piece. But let's see if I can reach under here. The head looks down, goes back a good amount, side to side, all the way around, and of course that Exorcist 360. Now in terms of the arms, you see it exposed here, which is nice because normally we see all this covered up with clothing, but with Ash here, we got the one side open. So you can see the Mezco buck a little more. The arm does go up, does go down, and all the way around. And of course, if you want to turn that a little bit, you really don't have it there. But we do have a swivel and hinge at the elbow. And then we have a ball peg at the wrist that allows for swiveling and hinging action, like so. Now the upper body has a diaphragm joint, so you can bring it side to side. You can twist it. Let's see. Does he go back? He goes back about that much. He goes down quite a bit more, so you can have deadites kicking him. And then we have our waist twist somewhat. Mine's really tight. And of course, with that waist, you can actually bring it back a lot more. Bring it forwards down a lot more too. But just cool. Now, in terms of the legs, Ash can do the splits about that much. We do have the ball pegs connected, so you get your thigh cut. He kicks forward that much. He does go back a little bit. Double jointed knees. Rotation at the foot. It hinges back that much and goes forward quite a bit. And you do get some rocking, which is always good. And then we have a peg hole at the bottom and some nice detail on the shoes. So a good amount. It's pretty standard for what we've seen with other companies in Ash. Some people may say other versions have more or less, but I definitely don't hate the articulation. Some people might, but I do not. Let's now move on to the accessories, because that's where the fun factor really starts to erupt. As it relates to hands with Ash, what we have going on here is the two fist hands that come with Ash. And then we have a open left hand to like hold the book or other items. And then we have a trigger left hand as well. This is the only part of the figure I really don't like because I wish we would have had a little more hand variety or maybe a stub for Ash. I don't know what happened there, but it's not a deal breaker and it doesn't work me into a frenzy or anything. It's just something personally I would have liked more of. Now, let's go to the fun part. Let's talk about the different heads we get with Ashley J. Williams. So in terms of heads, of course we have the Dead-Eyed Ash head. And this thing looks fantastic. Look at all the detail there. It looks monstrous, ready to wreck things up in the cabin. Love the detail in the teeth and in the mouth. Ears look great. His skin around his neck looks good too. Really digging that head. Now this head, the bloody version of Ash, really looks tremendous. It captures young Ash quite nicely, and I think it's the best Ash head on the market. Very, very cool. Love the blood effects on there. Love how the scars and everything turned out. Really, really nice. And then we get the Henrietta head. The eyeball does not come out, which is a good thing because I would lose it. But I like the severed piece here, looking quite nice. Just a lot of great detail on it, sculpted back hair, and everything just came out really good with this. So let's go ahead and move on to the rest of accessories, and we'll go from there. And of course, front and center, we have the Necronomicon. This thing came out really fantastic. You have the nice detail of the book here. I mean, it just looks wonderful. Got the age look for the pages. And then on the back, of course, we have the back of the book. Bound by human flesh and inked in blood. Very fantastic job, Mezco. Then we have the trusty sawed-off shotgun. Looking quite good. No action features or anything on it. But the detailing looks nice and Ash can hold it no problem. And then we have the possessed hand giving the finger to Ash. And this looked quite good too. I really love the detail on this hand. It just looks really, really nice. Only downside is you can't get it to stand up, but hey, the fact that they included that extra hand I think is pretty cool. And then lastly, we have Ash's bloody chainsaw. Great blood detail on here. Of course, we got the chainsaw. This just plugs in very easily. Let me just bring Ash out here. You can plug it in and then rotate it and all that fun stuff. So that is nice. If I can turn it around, make it look good. So loving that. And then let's talk about the stand and Mezco bag and all that fun jazz. And here we are with the display stand for this Evil Dead 2 Ash. Very nice. Love the look of this. It's nice, clean, and sleek. And I will agree with everyone, having this thing, this stand, if you will, in your toy collection is the best stand in the figure game today. And then, of course, we got our Mezco 112 bag to store all our goodies. And then we have our flight display stand piece, so you can get Ash in some wacky poses and doing crazy flips and jumps and cuts in the air. So that pretty much wraps this part up. Let's run down the quick size comparison with some other Mezco horror figures, and we'll call this a day, everyone. Well, guys, here are all the Mezco 112 figures I believe that are available horror themed wise in the collection right now. Of course, there's variants to the Frankenstein, but we got Clockwork Orange, Michael Myers, and Frankenstein, and of course we got Ash over there, and he fits in wonderful with all of these characters, and lots of fun and shenanigans can be had to the right toy photographer or display person non grata. At the end of the day, I know companies like NECA and SideShow make really great Ash figures too, but I really do love this Mezco Ash. It's a nice quote-unquote museum piece in the collection. I appreciate all the accessories. And at the end of the day, I am always down with more Ash figures from the Evil Dead verse. So if you have some spare change, you want to pick it up, by all means, go ahead, because I don't think you'll be disappointed at the end of the day. Good detail, good look on the pants, on the cloth goods, nice plastic accessories too, and just a fun purchase. So with that being said, guys, I hope that has helped you determine whether or not you want this in your collection or not. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll answer them as soon as I can. Also, I want to thank you guys. It does mean a lot for anybody who stops by. I just do this as a hobby. It's just my own thing. I don't monetize this channel or anything like that. It's just me talking about toys. So, to anybody out there, thank you for stopping by. With that being said, though, I think that's going to wrap things up. Go check out the sponsors, some of the people who help make this show possible. You won't regret it. And slideshow at the end. Take care, everyone. And until next time, great googly moogly.